All right, here's a plan. I'm going to turn this into an antenna base at least. So you gotta have one of these. So coax goes in this side and then soldered on the inside. Well, into the box. This box here is not. There's the you can see that the Home Depot number right there. The Home Depot is like $10 into the screws and everything, so it's got no holes in it. So that'll go on the bottom, and then on the inside, I'll have 3 bolts coming through there with wing nuts, so I can run my antenna wire off of each one. So like a 40, a 20, and a 10. So I just bought these kits from Harbor Freight. So that's what it starts like. Okay, so I took the plastic off. Inside is this rubber gasket that will go on the outside there. It'll be all empty. So inside here, when this is popped through, I'm going to solder wire so that it'll be on one on each side, so that each end of the antenna will come off of each side. It's a big opening. If you want to put a ferrite core in there or something, you can. But for now, I'm just going to wire it in so that it has legs. And so I have to drill a hole in the bottom to put this through. Drill some holes for these mounting screws, and then drill the holes there on the side for the bolt to come through. Have the wire on the inside. The stud will come out. You'll have a wing nut so you can put the wire on it and tighten and take it off, put it back on. Just like that. I got this off of Amazon. I got a bag of 4 of them or something. Anyway, I bought a box of these too. This is the wire ends. I pulled the plastic off. I don't want plastic on them, but they are, yeah, these are Home Depot as well. You go through a lot of them. All right, to drill the hole in here for this, I took my little calipers here. These are like really old, but it fits on there. I can get this in here to do it. Looks like a little bit bigger than right about a 1/2 inch. So there's I have 2 step bits here. It's hard to do with one deal anyway. I'll just go down to it fits in 1/2. The step bits, see this one here, the steps are farther apart, so that each shoulder on those is how thick it can actually cut and do the job correctly. Because you want to, if I use this one, the steps are so close together that the thickness of this would be wrong. This one's fairly close to being right. It'll have a little bevel on it, but not too bad. But if I use this other step bit, the steps are so short that it would end up being like a cone in there. So this is better for like just thin sheet metal as compared to the other one. So I'm gonna mark it up and drill a hole. Okay, I've got it marked. This is it's a 2x4 is what they sell as. It's a 4 inches by 4 inches by 2 inches deep. So it's a little bit more than 4 because it's the outside diameter. So it's like 4 1/4. So I marked this one at like 2 1/8, and then it's a little bit over 2, about the same, about 2 1/4. So I marked it at 1 1/8. So that's the center part. So we're gonna bust a hole through it. Before I forget, I decided to mount it with the tabs on the side, I think. Yeah, that way in case I just ever mount it on something. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it like that though. And if I did it this way, I'd have something to hang it off of, but I can also just drill a hole through it and put like an eyelet on the top. So I can do it here. So I'll probably end up doing is put an eyelet, metal eyelet on the top. So I think I have some. Or I can hang it on it. All right, I've drilled the hole, so you can see, and you can see the step in there actually, where the step bit went down in through there. So anyway, it looks like it's really deep, but it's actually got a little lip on it. I'll cut off with a X-Acto knife or something. But this now fits inside there, like that. I've marked it for the screws to hold it on there. So on the inside, since it's not coax, it's just regular wire, I'll probably solder the wire onto this gold looking tip on there first, before I end up mounting it in there. But I'll get it cleaned up, drill those holes first to be able to mount it, and move to the next step. Okay, got it set in there, got the 3 or the 4 screws on there with the nuts on the inside. As you can see, 3 of them are, one of them's not like the others. One of them's longer because that's where, turn upside down here, that's where this is gonna end up on, this will end up on there because the ground, so it'll run one of the legs of the antenna wires will come off of this on that side. It's great camera work. So anyway, so I ended up using right here, they're number 8 halves are the 3 of them, and then it's a number 8 3/4 for the other. You really should be using stainless so that it doesn't rust up, but just risk it. I do have one stainless nut, so I'll put that as the lock nut for that. So yeah, I haven't soldered the wire onto that yet, but I will. I'll take it apart here in a second. I just want to make sure it's going to work. The next one I have to drill holes on the side for the 3 bolts. Are going to stick out 1, 2, 3 for my 3 legs. I may even just do 4. I think I got enough room for 4. I think I have enough room for 4. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just do 3. 1, 2, 3 on each side. All right, what I ended up doing is I went an inch down from the lip, 1 in the center, and then I went an 1.25 inch spread. So they're 1.25 inch apart, inch down. That way it'll give me room on the inside for the nut and stuff, because the edges are they're cast in the thing, or injection molded, whatever. I want to make sure that the nut is going to be out of the way. I'm going to use on the side, I'm going to use number 10s, because this is what I have on the end of my antenna wires anyway, is this, like I showed earlier, and they're 8/10, so 10 will fit on it. So I'll put the bolts be 1 inch, so they'll stick out further, because it'll be the nut on the inside with one of these on the inside, and on the outside it'll be a nut, one of these, and then a wing nut, so you can take it apart and whatnot. So let me drill those 6 holes. Okay, you can kind of see what I got going on here. I've got the bolt going all the way through. It's that number 10, 1 inch, and there's 2 washers, and then the wire connector, it comes through, there's a washer, a nut, a washer, another wire connector, a washer, and then the wing nut. And I always pull the little blue things off. I don't care for them, so they're really easy to pull off. If you just have like a longer bolt or something, you can just slide it over the top like that. Grab onto the blue end. I'm trying to do this on camera. Like that, and just hold on to the bolt. And just the blue part just pulls right off. Comes off easy. That way you can use shrink wrap, so you can squish it, you can solder it in there real good, and then you can just put your heat shrink over the top of it and stop it in there. So I just gotta do that 5 more times on both sides, and we'll be good to go. And just to show my craziness, washers, I believe washers are directional. You can see the washer was punched out this way with a punch. It punches down to punch it out. And so on the sides of it, it's on this side here, it's curved over. On the other side, you can feel it. It's got like a little lip. On the other side, you don't. So I think they're directional. They go this way and then that way. Yeah, sorry, that stuff goes on in my head. Anyway, I think it's pretty well done. Now I just got to do the wiring for it, and then put it all together. Okay, she's all done. So you can see that's all bolted in there. You can see on that side there, that's the black side. So it's like the ground side, which is going to go on the outer part of the coax. You can see how it's onto that bolt there, which is connected with the outside of the threads. Comes over to the first leg, daisy's over to the second, and up to the third. Same thing occurs on the other side, except for it comes out of the center. Goes over to the first one, to the second, and then to the third. All my connectors are soldered in. Nice big opening here, so if, like I said, if you wanted to go back and do something different, like add a ferrite core or something on there, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this into that, show that they're all the old fluke that's as old as I am, I think. So anyway, so let's all touch each other. Go into the center. Let's go to the outside. Doesn't work. So let's do the same thing here. Flip sides. Go to the outside of that one. And I'll see that it, oops, continuity there, continuity there, and continuity on the outside. But the wire in there so I can see. Nothing on the inside. So they're two separate circuits, so it should work splendidly. I just put the lid on, which is the lid right here, and just screw it on there, and it'll be all sealed package. Parts wise, how many connectors? 2, 4, 5, so that's 10, 11 there. So 11 ring connectors, I think that's what they call them. 11 of those. Washer wise, oh my goodness. So there's 2 on the inside, 1 here and 2 there. So each one of these has 5, right? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It was actually shy 4, but 30. And then there's 2 down here. So there's 32. So 32 of those. 1-inch bolts. You see there's 6 of those, 7 of those because of this one that's inside the bottom. So there's 7 1-inch bolts. Actually 6 number 10s, 1 number 8 that's an inch. And then these 8s here are all 3/4. So there she is. I guess I'll put a parts list in the description or something. But yeah, there we go. I can hang that up and make an antenna off of it. Good luck on your endeavors. All right, there it is, all completed. You can actually, since it's gonna be a wire antenna, a dipole, you can run whatever you want. You can, 10, 15, 17, whatever. You can 40, 60, 80, 160, whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So, but yeah, that's it right there in a nutshell. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around so long. Subscribe if you want, or at least a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them to me. I don't know everything. I don't know a lot. But this ham radio stuff is fun if you like to tinker. Anyway, there you go.